Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the City of Woburn's 91st inaugural exercises for the offices of Mayor, City Council, and School Committee for the years 2026, 2027. Just so you'll know, lost my voice over the weekend. My wife loves it, but just it's a little bit, be a little bit shaky tonight, but we're good. Please stand if you're able to as Woburn's Police and Fire Honor Guard present the colors.
Beautiful for spacious skies with amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Excellent. My name is Chris Kissel, and I am the Chief of Staff to the Mayor, and I'm honored to be here this evening as your Master of Ceremonies. As you know, we've just finished an election season, and we're welcoming several new people to our city government. But unfortunately, we are also saying goodbye to some veterans. Councilor Joanne Campbell and school committee members Andrew Lipsett and James Austin. I would like to recognize some new folks, too. Councilor-elect for Ward 1, Yano Amara, and school committee-elect members Maria Teresa Nagel and Jose Oliveira. Congratulations to the new members, and for those leaving office, thank you for your service. I would now like to invite Woburn's Veteran Services Officer, Bob Davis, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise if you can. You're already up. Good.
Present. Oh.
I'd ask if you're a military veteran or active military, render the proper military salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hold up. Oh.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you for your service. Please remain standing. At this time, I would like to ask Father Capucci of St. Charles Borromeo Church here in Woburn to give the invocation.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for the invitation and congratulations. We're told in the second letter of Timothy to pray for all legitimate leaders. So let us take a moment and pray. Father, we lift to you all of our leaders, and we ask that you give them the gifts of wisdom, patience, honesty, and truth. Draw them close to yourself. Allow your wisdom to shine through them in their works and what you have called them to do. May you give them the grace to lead us to make better decisions, to build a society worthy of your love, and to continue to acclaim you as our leader. Bless them abundantly forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Please be seated. We are happy to be joined here this evening by several dignitaries who I would like to introduce. State Senator Cindy Friedman, State Representative Richard Haggerty, State Representative Michelle Sicolo, Middlesex District Attorney Marion Ryan may not be here, but she is definitely coming in a moment. Former Mayor John Curran, former state reps Carol Donovan and Jim Dwyer, and Northeast Voc Tech School Committee member Deb Davis. Thank you. It also gives me great pleasure to introduce Woburn's first family, Mayor Michael Concanon and his wife Anne Marie, his sons PJ, John, and his wife and Corrine are not here, but granddaughter Maeve also isn't here. But would like to say that anyways. It's just the way I wrote it, sorry. Tim and his girlfriend Angela Taft, his son Bob, who is currently deployed as a member of the United States Marine Corps, so we are joined by his girlfriend Abby Hanscom, his daughter Katie, his mother, Emily Concanon is not here, but in spirit she's here, she would have been. Michael's mother-in-law, again, Judy Foley, and the rest of the family who are here with us tonight. I would also like to recognize and thank the Woburn Police and Fire Honor Guards for their participation in our inaugural exercise this evening. Please join me in giving them and all our first responders a nice round of applause. Let us also pause for a moment to recognize all of our veterans, past and present. If there are any veterans in the audience, if you're able to stand, please do so and be recognized. Thank you for your service. At this time, if I could ask everyone who is able to stand to please do so, as Jennifer Murphy will be performing our national anthem for us at this evening. It's time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets at glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Oh.
Thank you very much. I would now like to invite to the podium City Clerk Lindsay E. Higgins, who will read the certified city election results and administer the oath of office to our elected officials.
I will now read the certified city election results and administer the oath of office to our elected officials. On November 4th, 2025, a total of 4,568 Woburn voters cast their ballots for municipal offices. The results of the election are as follows. For the office of mayor, Michael Patrick Concanon received 3,521 votes, and having received the necessary majority, was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of councilor at large, Robert Joseph Ferrulo Jr. received 3,139 votes, and Robert F. Toro Jr. received 2,866 votes, and both, having received the necessary majority, were duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Councilor Ward 1, Yano Philip Amara received the majority of vote of 423 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Councilor Ward 2, William J. Papalato received the majority vote of 511 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Councilor Ward 3, Jeffrey Paul Dillon received the majority vote of 629 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Councilor of Ward 4, Joseph Eugene Demers received the majority vote of 497 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Councilor Ward 5, Darlene A. Mercer Bruin received the majority vote of 379 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Councilor Ward 6, Lou DeMambro received the majority of vote of 402 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of Ward 7, Council Ward 7, Charles Viola received the majority vote of 610 votes and was duly certified as having been elected. For the office of School Committee, Jose Eduardo Oliveira received 2,519 votes. Michael P. Mulrennan received 2,305 votes. Maria T. Nagel received 2,125 votes. Jessie Joan Wetzel received 2,094 votes. And Colleen M. Cormier received 1,784 votes. And all, having received the necessary majority of votes, were duly certified as having been elected. I will now administer the oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Patrick Concanon,
Do solemnly swear that I will
do solemnly swear that I will
bear true faith and allegiance
bear true faith and allegiance
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and will support the Constitution thereof,
and will support the Constitution thereof,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I
I, Michael Patrick Concanon,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as mayor,
as mayor,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
and laws of the Commonwealth.
and laws of the Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you very much.
How about the city councilors, please rise. Please repeat after me. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Robert Ferrell,
Do solemnly swear that I will
solemnly swear that I will
bear true faith and allegiance
bear true faith and
to
allegiance
the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and will support the Constitution thereof,
will support the Constitution thereof,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I
I, Robert J. Ferrell, Jr.,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all duties
discharge and perform all duties
incumbent upon me as counselor,
incumbent upon me as council,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules and the regulations of the Constitution
and the laws of the Commonwealth.
and the laws of the Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, you all. May I have the school committee elects, please stand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and will support the Constitution thereof, so help me God. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a member of the school committee according to the best of my abilities and understanding, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth. So help me God. I will now present the 2026-2027 city government. Please hold your applause until the end. Mayor of a great city, the Honorable Michael P. Concanon. Representing our Woburn City Council, Councilor at Large Robert Joseph Ferrulo Jr. Councilor at Large Robert F. Toro Jr. Councilor Ward 1 Yano Amara. Councilor Ward 2 William J. Papalato. Councilor Ward 3 Jeffrey Paul Dillon. Councilor Ward 4 Joseph Eugene Demers. Council Ward 5, Darlene A. Mercer Bruin. Council Ward 6, Lou DeMambro. Council Ward 7, Charles Viola. Representing our Woburn School Committee, Patricia E. Chisholm. Colleen Marie Cormier. Ellen Crowley. Michael P. Mulrennan. Maria Teresa Nagel. Jose E. Oliveira. Jesse Joan Wetzel. And representing our Regional School Committee, Deborah P. Davis. I welcome our 2026-2027 city government.
Thank you, Lindsay. At this time, I would like to introduce the mayor of the city of Woburn, Michael P. Concanon.
Chris, thank you all. Good evening. Thank you. Nice to have some feedback. Welcome, family, friends, fellow residents, invited guests, state and city officials, department heads, and members of our city's workforce. Thank you all for attending tonight's inauguration ceremony. Thank you to our special guests for lending their time and talents to tonight's event, to Bob Davis for assisting with the Pledge of Allegiance, Jen Murphy for her amazing musical talents, Father Capucci from St. Charles for his blessings, to our Woburn Police and Woburn Fire Department Honor Guards for their always professional presence, to our City Clerk, Lindsay Higgins, for administering the oath of office, and to my Chief of Staff, Chris Kissel, for serving as Master of Ceremonies. I'd like to also thank our Inauguration Committee for all that they've done in organizing and assisting with tonight's ceremony. I'd like to also thank former Mayor John Curran for joining us tonight, and thank you very much for your years of service to our community. Thank you also to District Attorney Marion Ryan, who I know is on her way trying to get here tonight, and to our state representatives, Rich Haggerty, Michelle Socolo, our state senator Cindy Freeman, and two of our former legendary state representatives, Jim Dwyer and Carol Donovan. I appreciate you all being here, and I appreciate very much what you've done and continue to do for our city. Thank you. That's worthy of applause. Thank you to everyone here in the audience and those watching from home for joining us tonight as we witness the swearing in of those of our fellow residents who will be tasked with leading our city. I congratulate the newly elected members of our city government, Ward 1 City Councilor Yano Amara, School Committee members Maria Teresa Nagel and Jose Oliveira on their election, and I offer my sincere pledge to work closely with them. I also offer my appreciation to those members who are leaving our city government after serving with distinction. Ward 1 City Councilor Joanne Campbell and School Committee members James Austin and Andrew Lipsett. That's worthy of clapping. I'm going to have to tell you when to applaud. This is going to be a long night. On behalf of the city of Woburn and personally, I wish to thank all for their friendship and their service. As we begin this next term, I'm inspired and encouraged by the dedication and commitment of the team behind me, and I look forward to accomplishing great things with them. I sincerely thank the residents of Woburn for the great honor of serving another term as mayor of the city that I've always called home. I appreciate your continued confidence and your trust in me, and I pledge to continue to do my best in representing you each and every day. Before I begin my hopefully brief review of this past term and offer my thoughts on the upcoming term, I would like to take a moment to extend a sincere thank you to my amazing family, who are my source of inspiration and my support. To my wife, Anne Marie, who, by the way, is rocking the whole First Lady of Woburn role, and who brings happiness and kindness wherever she goes, thank you. Anne Marie is, along with our children, the foundation upon which everything else rests. As you heard, our son Bob is unable to join us tonight as he has just been deployed in service to our nation. extend our thanks to him and to all those currently serving, and pray for his and their safe return. To my mother Emily, my mother-in-law Judy, who couldn't be here tonight, and the rest of our extended family, I thank you for your support as well. And lastly, I'm thinking tonight of both my late father and my late father-in-law, who both left us too soon. How I wish they could be here. While preparing this inaugural address, I tried very hard to condense into a limited number of words the important messages that I wanted to convey. I am self-aware enough to acknowledge that I have a tendency to be wordy. And I was intent on ensuring that this address would be shorter than the hours-long filibuster of 2 years ago. To be honest, though, the problem is, in reviewing the past term, despite what has probably been the fastest 2 years of my life, a whole lot of stuff happened. And to try to summarize it and highlight the most important things while not giving short shrift to others, that was a challenge. That compelling desire to be brief notwithstanding, I offer the following. And I would say to those out there timing the speech, you can start now. That was all introductory. And there'll be a point halfway through where I talk about a list. That shouldn't be included in the timing. And I'm looking at City Solicitor Mark Salvati when I say this. In my first inaugural address, I spoke of how my approach to leading and to governing is largely driven by my respect and appreciation for public service, and how that, in turn, drives my expectations for how city officials and personnel should perform their duties and how they should be viewed by those they serve. I outline my priorities for where and how to spend our city's government's energies and efforts, and perhaps most importantly, how to spend the people's money to ensure that the residents receive the biggest bang for their tax bucks. 2 years ago, I stood on stage at Woburn High School, and I told you what I and we intended to do, and more importantly, how I and we intended to do it. Moving our city forward professionally, collaboratively, and respectfully, with strong leadership, acknowledging all the great work done by our city team and by our community partners, maintaining the expected high level of service, but balancing that with the very real consideration of the burden on our taxpayers, holding our team accountable for meeting those high standards, governing with honesty and transparency, tackling issues head-on, not kicking them down the road, balancing growth and progress with quality of life, and making every single decision with the best interest of the city in mind. I also acknowledged the stark reality that the city was facing a fiscal cliff of sorts, with the loss of significant COVID-era funding, a relatively gloomy economic outlook, ongoing union contract negotiations, ever-increasing healthcare, pension, and OPEB costs, and the need to address many long-simmering and unresolved issues. We worked together over these past 2 years, and with the invaluable assistance of so many of you in the chamber tonight and of so many others throughout our city, we have, for the most part, done what we said we would do, and we've done it how we said we would do it. And because of that, I believe our city is in a better position than it was 2 years ago. By way of recap, I'd like to touch on some highlights of how, together, we put that approach and those principles into practice during the past 2 years, and what the results have been thus far. We immediately instituted and fostered a collaborative approach to governing by reaching out to all stakeholders to bring them into discussions and into the decision-making process. We initiated frequent interactions with the City Council, the school committee, and with every department head. We convened weekly or bi-weekly one-on-one meetings with each department head and their teams. We expanded our Thursday morning project meetings to include all relevant departments, and we invited City Council members to join us and weigh in at those meetings. I'm proud to say that almost every single councilor attended at some point, and the president and several members attended every single week. We joined together, school department administrators and staff, and city councilors and school committee members, every Friday morning to visit a different school and to get an up-close view of what's actually happening in our schools and to see the challenges that our schools face, and, importantly, to see our tax dollars at work. We conducted monthly WooStat meetings, including, for the first time, our city's biggest department, the schools, along with police, fire, and public works departments. This allowed us to better track spending and to measure performance. And finally, we instituted earlier and more frequent fiscal year budget preparation meetings with each of the city departments, including the school department. And we included city councilors and school committee members to join us, along with their respective financial teams. These weekly budget meetings were well attended, and they helped to produce a more thoughtful and transparent citywide budget that all had a hand in developing. And it also had the added benefit of improving relationships between and amongst the city council and the school committee. We also focused on restoring respectful and positive relationships with department heads and managers and with union leadership and membership. We brought these parties to the table more frequently and offered them opportunities for input. We also empowered department heads to make decisions. As hoped and expected, the department heads have taken more ownership of their respective missions, and that has had a positive effect on operations and on the morale within the departments. We successfully settled 6 out of the 7 outstanding collective bargaining agreements with zero drama. And we remain optimistic that the 7th and final one is hopefully very close to settling. I'd like to thank our HR director, our city solicitor, and our auditor, along with our labor council, for their hard work and professional approach to resolving these collective bargaining agreements. Thank you as well to our union representatives and our union members for their professional and respectful approach to bargaining. It should be noted that based on the provisions of the previously settled teacher's contract a few years ago, the die was essentially cast regarding the parameters of this latest round of contract negotiations and settlements. And not surprisingly, the cost of these agreements has had an impact on city spending and on our tax rates. That said, we believe that with these fair and reasonable agreements, we were able to bring our city workforce compensation levels more in line with their peers in our region, and they represent a fair bargain for the employees and for the taxpayers. We've also made a conscious effort to recognize the hard work of city employees and to highlight the positive impacts that they have had on our community, and to provide them with the tools and equipment that they need to better serve our residents. One example of this was the purchase of 6 Common Street, the former Martini Insurance Building next door, as the new City Hall annex. This has allowed us to relocate once cramped offices in the basement of City Hall, and to shift other cramped spaces to create more room within City Hall proper. The purchase of 6 Common Street also allows us to finally create new office space for the City Council here in City Hall, a long time coming. This offers the councilors the opportunity to meet with constituents and petitioners and department heads here at City Hall in a professional and comfortable environment. I believe that all these measures taken together have led to more buy-in on the part of the workforce, a better shared understanding of how all the components of our government actually work, and have also provided a better opportunity to offer input that help to shape the operational and budgetary decisions that have been made. This approach has led to many tangible examples of successful accomplishments and outcomes. This is the list. This doesn't count in the timing. Completed. We acquired City Hall Annex and improved City Hall. We implemented recent trash and recycling changes. Not without some issues, but we got through them. Roadwork improvements at Green, Nashua, and Holton Streets. Work at Plimpton Park and Tarkey Park. White School parking lot and a playground project. Ferrulo Field lighting upgrade and a playground project there as well. Leland Park playground upgrades. A Green Street splash pad. Our newly hired grant writer administrator has led a team that has brought in approximately $8.5 million in approved grant funding in just the last 18 months. $8.5 million. At our police department, we were able to add a K-9 unit. We've added 2 motorcycles. We upgraded our radio system in conjunction with the fire department, and the police department had multiple successful deployments of our highly regarded drone unit, well respected and utilized across the Middlesex County. We're very proud of what the police department has done with their drone unit. They've also worked with our mental health coordinator to provide improved mental health responses on calls. At our fire department, in addition to two new fire stations that are underway, we've also been able to increase personnel to staff the long-awaited, much-needed second aerial ladder. Although it was ordered 3+ years ago, it's finally just coming. That's how long it takes for these pieces of equipment to come. But we'll be able to staff it as soon as it gets here. Importantly, we've also established a school safety and security task force to identify and implement new policies, measures, and physical improvements. And we've also improved coordination of city and school cybersecurity measures. Our city clerk's office successfully rolled out new voting tablets. We're very proud of that. That was a long time coming. And at our Council of Aging, we upgraded the outdoor garden space, we commissioned 2 new senior transport vans, and we worked with DPW and engineering to install new ramps and a new walking trail for our seniors at the senior center. Those are completed projects. We can clap. The projects that are underway and hopefully imminent to resolution include the ongoing construction of our PFAS treatment plant down at our water treatment plant at Hon Pond. Hopefully this fall, that's completed. As I said, we've proceeded with the bid, and we're about to begin construction of Fire Station 4 with Fire Station 5 to follow. And we haven't forgotten about Station 1 and its needed upgrades as well. We're in the final stages of the new Boston Street Bridge project. Jim, Carol, you remember how long that's been in the works. You'll be there. We are advancing our Hurl Park Playground and Resiliency Project with the playground the installation work to be happening as soon as this spring. And thank you to President Dillon for his efforts on that. We've also begun work on a Magazine Hill parking lot construction project that's been a long time in the making, and we've done it internally with our own staff at the DPW. It's amazing what they can accomplish. We also expect to begin work and complete it rather quickly on the Horn Pond Fish Ladder project this summer. And we're also replacing the roof at the Shamrock School this summer, which I know was critically important to our school department, and we're very happy to be able to be doing that. We're also looking forward to the work to begin at Cambridge Road and Bedford Road on its safety improvement project. That's a statewide project. The city will play a role as well. We have a new grant-funded energy advocate who will be on board shortly to assist residents in identifying ways to save money on energy costs. We've also undertaken 2 master plans, a housing production plan, and a downtown parking plan, and we will be rolling those out and determining next steps for implementation shortly. And lastly, Woburn, of course, has and will continue to support our share of construction costs for the almost completed new Northeast Vocational School in Wakefield. Thank you, Deb. Some longer-term projects that we continue to advance. Making progress on the downtown safety improvement project right out front here. We expect to be at 25% design in the next month or so. We're also working on a traffic study of improvements to the Salem Beach Bow Street area. We're working on the Woodbrook Cemetery Columbarium project, which should garner us additional burial spaces, much-needed burial spaces. We've gone out to bid for a design on an inclusive playground at Police Park down by Library Field. And we've also tasked our new facilities manager, Paul Medeiros, with an assessment of city facilities, something that's long overdue, and we look forward to working on that very quickly. In addition to all the other above items, we also tried to address previously identified gaps in our city's ability to connect residents in need with those entities who provide the services that they need. It was not our intention for our municipal government to take over areas that have historically been the purview of private groups, but rather to serve as a hub or a link between those groups and citizens in need, so that residents know that help is available. I'm pleased to report that we've been able to make those connections, and we've been able to get many of those people the help they need. We created an incredible network of helpers who are now better able to more directly provide the help to our fellow residents in impactful ways and in significant numbers. One of those ways is via a program called the Situation Table, which directly addresses residents who may be on the verge of crisis and directs appropriate resources to the issues before the crisis occurs. These efforts and others have been coordinated and organized through the establishment of the Community Resource Center, thanks to the generosity of volunteers in the Cummings Foundation and the boundless energy of Samantha Stone. Those are just some of the highlights and examples of tangible progress and results of this past term. I thank our team for all that they have accomplished thus far. In the next term and beyond, we'll continue to work to bring those in-progress projects to fruition and to identify other ways to improve our city. As we begin this next iteration of our city government, I want you to know that I understand that it's my job to ensure that we're providing the very highest levels of service and the very best quality of life for our community, while balancing that with what our taxpayers can afford. That thought is at the forefront of every discussion I have and every decision I make, and it will continue to be as we confront the challenges ahead. One of those challenges is the need to determine the next steps as a result of the school committee's recent vote to submit a statement of interest to the Massachusetts School Building Authority for funding to construct a new combined North Woburn Elementary School with perhaps space for an early childhood program. Also looming is a plan to deal with conditions at our two middle schools and to determine the next steps for the future of the old Wyman School Castle building and land. And again, we must also develop a strategic plan to deal with the condition of aging infrastructure and buildings, not just schools, throughout the city. Importantly, while we contemplate these issues, and specifically as we evaluate the path forward on any imminent school building projects, we must ensure that the city does not deviate from our conservative financial approach or weaken our strong financial position, that we maintain our AAA bond rating, that we continue to receive positive outside audits, and that we continue to protect our healthy stabilization fund balance. As each of us is painfully aware, and was reflected in the recently issued third quarter tax bills, the reality is that despite our best efforts to keep them down, the costs associated with running our city will continue to increase every year. Labor costs, health insurance and retirement costs, and the day-to-day expenses associated with running a city the size of Woburn will only go up. To pretend otherwise is foolish, and to ignore or push off addressing costly issues would be irresponsible. The biggest cost item in our budget, and in any municipal budget, is employee salaries and benefits. These are the costs associated with the people who provide our services, and we, of course, want to ensure that they're fairly compensated. As I mentioned before, the school side contracts and 6 of the 7 previously outstanding city contracts have been settled, but we're about to begin the process all over again this spring. Even though it feels like we just settled the teacher's contract after a contentious strike, that contract and the other school department employee agreements are set to be renegotiated this spring and summer. And because most of our contracts are for 3 years, it won't be long until the negotiations with the other unions will begin again. It's important for everybody to realize that this next round of contract negotiations, starting with the teacher's contract, but for all city employees over the next couple of years, must be entered into with a realistic understanding that significant salary increases are simply not sustainable, nor are multi-million-dollar year-over-year increases in health insurance costs and retirement and OPEB obligations. Conversations around health insurance plan design and other cost-saving measures are no longer avoidable. I know there are some that view our excess tax levy capacity and our stabilization or rainy day funds as some sort of piggy bank that we can tap into whenever we need to continue to support significant cost increases. Those folks would be well advised to rethink that view and to better understand the dire implications of that approach. All that is needed for context is to look to some of our surrounding communities. To be clear, we are in a better position financially than many of our neighbors in other cities and towns in the state, who are dealing with Proposition 2.5 operational overrides and debt exclusions, some to simply pay the bills. And they're facing the prospects of cutting services or laying off employees if those overrides fail. And in the alternative, they face massive tax increases if they succeed. We all must understand that if we're not careful, we could end up in a similar position in the not too distant future. These financial pressures and external economic development realities will most definitely test our collective desire to maintain a low tax rate while continuing to provide the high level of services that Woburn residents and business have come to expect. We know that from our assessor's office data that the outlook for residential tax relief in the form of commercial growth is flat. Our commercial tax base, while more diverse and more stable than some of our neighbors, remains stagnant. And that, coupled with projected increases in assessed values of our residential properties, will continue to put pressure on our residential tax rate and tax bills. Fortunately, there are some signs of optimism, as despite the relatively stagnant commercial outlook, Woburn is still generally viewed in a positive light for potential commercial growth, especially in the northeast section, the New Boston Street area, with some recent developments and with the potential for redevelopment at the state-owned Anderson Regional Transportation Center. In terms of managing residential growth, Woburn is not immune to regional needs for additional housing, but the response to those needs must be strategic and measured. We continue to work closely with the City Council and with city departments to effectively manage the implications of the state's MBTA Communities Act law and its new accessory dwelling unit law. All of this context must guide our decision-making on topics like collective bargaining negotiations, city spending in general, taking on more debt, balancing the impacts of development in the city, and on potential water and sewer rate increases. We must approach all of these decisions realistically and with eyes wide open. There is one last item that I'd like to mention as we contemplate the work ahead of us and to try to determine the best way to operationalize our city government to meet the challenges that confront us. I would respectfully propose and ask that the City Council begin to consider, as other communities around us have, the possibility of creating a charter commission to review possible updates or changes to the city's charter and/or municipal code that could be made to improve the efficiency of our city government. I look forward to discussing this idea further with the City Council and with others, and I'll appreciate the input and feedback. In closing, I recommit tonight to continuing open communication, robust collaboration, inclusive decision-making, realistic evaluations of issues and options, honest assessments of needs, the direct tackling of problems, and frank discussions on spending and costs. And I look forward to working with all of you. I thank you again for your attendance tonight, and I thank those who organized and participated in the inauguration ceremony. I thank each of my fellow Woburnites who have stepped up to serve their city, and I wish the very best to those who are stepping away. I thank all of you for your trust in me and in the team behind me. I look forward to serving as your mayor for the upcoming term, and I humbly ask for God's continued blessings on you, on our country, on our Commonwealth, and on our beloved city of Woburn. Thank you and good night. stopping because of the length.
Definitely shorter than we thought. Thank you, Mayor Concanon. Father Capucci will now give the benediction.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for your leadership. President Dillon, for being the consistent, integrity-filled man that you are. City Council, for many of you who I've spoken with, I'm honored to be here. And school committee members, congratulations, and thank you for your leadership. It is said that in Hebrew scriptures and Christian scriptures, over 365 times do we hear, "Do not be afraid and fear not." Father God, we ask that your blessings come upon our city leadership. Give them the courage to face difficult situations with integrity, sincerity, and honesty. We ask that those in authority to work diligently for a better city and to build a society rooted in charity. Give them the gifts of wisdom, discernment. Give them the ability to listen and to care. Give them strength to work for the common good. We ask this in your name, for you live and reign forever and ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. As we wrap up this evening's proceedings, I'd like to ask Jen Murphy, who's done a great job tonight, by the way. Let's give her a hand. I'd like to ask her to perform God Bless America. Please stand and feel free to join in singing.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Please. Please remain standing as the honor guards retire the colors.
Attention. Right, left, forward, top.
This concludes our program for the evening. On behalf of the City of Woburn, I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and helping to make this such a special event. The City Council will remain in the council chamber to hold an organizational meeting to elect its new president, and the school committee will convene to the committee room to my right to elect its new chairperson. Everyone is invited to join us for an informal gathering immediately after this at the Brickyard. Hope to see you there. Good night.
Lindsay Higgins is calling and the clerk of the council is calling this meeting of the city council to order. Further, pursuant to said act, the city council must proceed to the election of a president by roll call vote. Ballot 1, roll call vote. Please state the name of the person you would like for president. Councilor Amara.
Council Demers.
Councilor Demers.
Joseph Demers.
Councilor Dillon.
Jeffrey P. Dillon.
Councilor DeMambro.
Councilor Dillon.
Councilor Ferrulo.
Councilor Demers.
Councilor Mercer Bruin.
Counselor Toro.
Councilor Papalato, excuse me.
Councilor Dillon.
Councilor Toro.
Council Demers.
Councilor Viola.
Councilor Dillon.
Having no member receiving the majority of votes, we will now move on to ballot number 2. Councilor Amara.
Councilor Demers.
Councilor Demers.
Joseph Demers.
Councilor Dillon.
Jeffrey P. Dillon.
Councilor DeMambro.
Councilor Dillon.
Councilor Ferrulo.
Councilor Demers.
Councilor Councilor Mercer Bruin.
Counselor Toro.
Councilor Papalato.
Councilor Dillon.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Viola.
Councilor Dillon.
Seeing none getting the majority of vote, must continue on to ballot number 3. Councilor Amara.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Demers.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Dillon.
Jeffrey P. Dillon.
Councilor DeMambro.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Ferrulo.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Mercer Bruin.
Counselor Toro.
Councilor Papalato.
Councilor Dillon.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Toro.
Councilor Viola.
Councilor Dillon.
Councilor Toro receiving the number of majority votes of 6 will now be the city council president. Is there a motion and a second to make this by unanimous consent for Councilor Toro?
So moved.
Second.
This will be by roll call as well, okay? Councilor Amara.
Yes.
Councilor Demers.
Aye.
Councilor Dillon.
Aye.
Councilor DeMambro.
Aye.
Councilor Ferrulo.
Aye.
Councilor Mercer Bruin.
Aye.
Councilor Papalato.
Aye.
Councilor Toro.
Aye.
Councilor Viola.
Aye.
Motion passes. Councilor Toro, please stand up. Raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name.
I, Robert F. Toro,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and will support the Constitution thereof,
and will support the Constitution thereof,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
Robert F. Toro, Jr.,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties
discharge and perform all the duties
incumbent upon me as President of the City Council
incumbent upon me as President of the City Council,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
and laws of the Commonwealth.
and the laws of the Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I have to go over there initially and then.
We're not done yet. We're not done with our meeting yet. We're not done with our meeting yet.
Is that the wrong play? I'd be seeing.
Next item on the agenda is adoption of order relative to rules and orders of the City Council. That the rules and orders of the City Council of 2024 to 2025 be adopted as the rules of the present City Council until otherwise ordered. Is there a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
And we're going to do this by roll call. Council Amara.
Aye.
Council Demers.
Aye.
Council Dillon.
Aye.
Council DeMambro.
Aye.
Council Ferrulo.
Aye.
Council Mercer Bruin.
Aye.
Council Papalato.
Aye.
Council Toro.
Aye.
Council Viola.
Aye.
Motion passes. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
By roll call. Council Amara.
Aye.
Counsel Demers.
Aye.
Counsel Dillon.
Aye.
Counsel DeMambro.
Aye.
Counsel Ferrullo.
Aye.
Counsel Mercer Bruin.
Aye.
Counsel Papalato. Aye. Counsel Toro.
Aye.
Counsel Viola.
Aye.
Motion passes. You may bang the gavel, President Toro.
First one.